Hello, how are you today, guys? This is a Fix It Pros. This is the episode number 3 of the making of a cell phone repair franchise. And today was a pretty good day. Actually, something I wanted to add from yesterday. A couple little tips on being really careful on taking in phones that are completely shot. I mean, this might be redundant or whatever, but I'd like to reiterate the fact that the customer brings in a phone, especially like the newer higher end stuff like 7 Pluses, blanked out screen or half the LCD broken. Normally we're like, yeah, sure, no problem, we'll change the LCD. We do let them know about, sometimes there could be some software issues, and we do have a waiver that we have to fill out with a checklist of stuff. But there's a new issue that's going on that one of my friends that does micro soldering, I'll give a shout out to Cell Pros, Arturo. He explained to me in regards to the iPhone 6 Plus, they have the ICU touch problem, and the digitizer doesn't touch. So that's like a real main issue these days, okay? And now we know how to go about that when customers bring their phones. They tell you just the screen's cracked or it's not touching, and you think it's just the LCD, and then you change the LCD and nothing touches, and guess what? Whose fault it is? You're the last one to touch the phone. Guess what? You got to repair the phone. So that's where the waiver came from. We have a waiver. We can fill out. If you want to get a copy of this waiver, some info, I can give you an example of it, where to get that info. Also, now a new thing that's happening on the 7 Pluses is that if you hit them hard enough, there's a little lag in the keyboard. Okay, customer brought one in, everything was completely shot, LCD. Sign the waiver, of course, because you got to be careful. If you can't test anything, then you're signing the waiver. I mean, we make everybody sign the waiver, but we check off all the stuff that's working and say this is pretty much of a dead phone. We're gonna open it. We're gonna analyze the phone. If it's not repairable, we're not gonna charge you for giving you an estimate. So that's what's good about us. And so we went and repaired the phone, put a screen on, and it would not work. It was like it worked for a good 10 minutes, and then the keyboard started kind of going out. Okay, maybe the LCD was bad. No problem. Take the LCD off. Put another LCD on. It's working great. No problems. 10 minutes later, the keyboard starts going crazy again. I'm like, this can't be. I even took those LCDs and put them on another motherboard, tested them. 10, 20 minutes later, everything's perfect. No problems. I'm like, okay. Finally, we tried another LCD, and again, it wasn't as bad. I'm not sure, but it was still giving lagging. So one of the major issues is that something happens on the logic board, that something has to be micro soldered, and in order to fix that as well. So these are things you have to be careful about. You want a business, you want to repair phones. It's all great when everything works fine. I'm very careful with phones, and I've been doing this for last 5 years. But new things arise. You have no idea. I mean, phones really aren't meant to be repaired for to be working for for the rest of existence. I mean, they got a 1-2 years life expectancy, and then we're repairing these phones, and then we're getting stuck with the hot potato. So my thing is just be careful, get a waiver, test the phone, everything out before. Also, another example is the proximity sensor. Test the proximity, test the proximity sensor. That's another thing that fails too. Test it before. And also, when you're testing the back cameras, don't just click on the back camera, you see it catches an image, then you check the front camera. Check the autofocus, okay? Because if that, a lot of times you just flash it real quick, and then you see an image, and then you think it's fine. But then when the customer gets the phone back, well, guess what? The autofocus is off, and that happens on a lot of 6 Pluses, and we're seeing those happening on the 8s as well. Excuse me, the 7 Pluses as well. And then guess what? Guess how much an OEM pulled from a phone back camera is for a 7 Plus. It's like $85, $95. So, you know, you just fixed the phone for $100, and you know you didn't test the back camera, and now the back camera shot. You got to go buy one unless you know you have one from another phone. But you're gonna spend $80, $90 just to replace it. You just lost all your money. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Fixitpros.com. Check out our website. Please subscribe to our channel if you like to get some insightful tips on how to create a franchise. And thank you for watching us. Have a great day.